What if I told you that I went to OFSA when I was in high school for badminton? I am a OFSA badminton medalist. Yeah. Would that enhance the level of trust that you have in me? Does that change things drastically? I feel like it should. I feel like it should. Okay, I have a point here. Let me get to it. I've always been part of clubs. I've always been part of groups, growing up, like being raised right up until the age of 12. So a little backstory. Prior to the age of 12, I was raised in the Middle East. So that's where my family lived. They had immigrated out of India and then they raised us in the Middle East. So we were always part of these fabulous clubs. All right. I'm talking sports, right? Badminton, huge. Swimming, dance, not just one dance. There was Indian folk dance, there was Bharatanatyam, there were performances, there was Tamil Changam. Like there was so many different, not to mention Carnatic music. Like I have been a part of everything, including bhajans, including singing. And do you know what it did? I now realize it has given me such a fabulous foundation, yes, for the arts, but also for believing and trusting in myself and my abilities and the ability to work well with others and the ability to work really hard, to be able to say, hey, I'm not stopping till I get this step down, or I'm not stopping till I can reach that note, or I'm not stopping till I can smash that birdie. We didn't call it birdie back in the day, people. That's like a Canadian thing. We called it shuttlecocks, the shuttle. Okay, that's what it is. And so that was everything prior to us immigrating to Canada in the 90s. And since immigration, they said, here you go, child. Go forth into the world. And instead of grade 8, like I was able to start grade 9 here. So it was like, go forth into grade 9 and don't sink, learn to swim. And I know that there's a deeper story there and we'll get to it. I don't know if it's today, but I want to tell you that that's a huge change. It is also a huge change. And listen, I know kids are really resilient because really, a 12-year-old Varsha was not thinking about this. Today's Varsha that's thinking about this, right? Or in the last 10, 15 years at least. So I'll say, being part of clubs. And then, oh my gosh, where am I going? And then, of course, being in high school. It was, do you know where I found my comfort? Do you know where I found my tribe? Guess what? It was in more clubs. It was student council. It was prefects. It was the badminton club. It was after school activities. It was the Interact Club, part of the Rotary Club. Like it was all those things. Yes, I was that student, and I had a fabulous group of people that joined me there. And I do believe that they made that high school experience just so memorable that even today, when people ask me, I say those were some of the best years of my life. Truly, they were. And somewhere along the way in becoming an adult, because we used to volunteer a lot, becoming an adult, getting a job, right? Going to university, getting a job, getting an education, meeting someone, getting married, buying a home, having children, somewhere along the way, and I do believe it is also attributed to being a woman, we forget the things that used to fuel us, and we forget that those are still important things because they nurture us, they feed us to be able to perform in the ways that we truly want to show up in life. That's why going to the gym is so important. Varsha in her late teens, all of her 20s, was the person that was at the gym for 5 a.m. Like a 5 a.m. gym girl, okay? It fueled me in so many ways. I knew then, even though I didn't have the wisdom of today, I knew then that I was in a better mood after a workout. The workouts became my haven. I couldn't have a day. Now, listen, there were other things at play there. We'll get to it. But working out and being active was a way that fueled my brain. So what I'm trying to say in all of this, if we can get back, is that being part of a club, finding something that fueled me, they were so critical. I think they are so critical to so many of us, but we may have forgotten, right? It's so critical to find things that we're passionate about, that we love, that we want to go to. And that's what we're doing here. That's what I'm trying to find now, because things have changed for me. You know, the girl who used to walk 5K for fun, just a stroll, right? An easy 5K. She's had a few different procedures on her knee, and I'm at a point where I'm just unable to do that, right? I'm unable to do the things that fuel me, which is activity, and I'm on a mission to find things that fuel me. So welcome to Trust Collective, right? If you have a hunger for growth, if you have a hunger and a passion for meeting professionals, if you have a hunger to give back, if you're just someone who thrives in the energy of people that just give back and, you know, you bounce energy off each other and you want to be in a trusted network, that's what we're here to build. And I have no desire to do this alone. It is not lost on me. And I think it is just such a beautiful blessing, really. It is not lost on me that as I'm here talking about all of the things in my life from the Middle East, in my life from early days in Canada to my life here today, that there's a person, listen, it's part of my upbringing, right? But there's definitely a person that has fueled me, that has given me my mindset, that has told me that my mind is my greatest weapon, my greatest blessing, the biggest powerhouse, and to train it and to nurture it and to have it on right? And that person is my father. And I think it's really bittersweet that as I get to talk about this life that we had, you know, we immigrated here as a family of 4, and today there's 3 of us from the original 4 left. It is not lost on me that on the day that this Trust Collective is being birthed, it also happens to land on a Sunday and on a day that my father took his last breath. And yes, that's bittersweet, but I do feel that there is a blessing there to be had, because I don't think things just happen by accident. I do think things unfold in the way they're meant to unfold. So, welcome to our group here. Welcome to Trust Collective. I'm so excited to share, and I'm so excited that you're here.